Gives me.
You okay?
Yeah.
You took your ass to the hospital?
Got the shakes from drinking too much water and stretching weird.
Well, you know what? You gotta fucking stop some of this shit, man. I'm serious.
I feel fine though.
You don't
I'm
feel
just
fine.
like
You don't look
shaking.
fine.
I don't know why I'm
What
shaking.
the hell is this?
I don't know. I never shook before like this.
Unbelievable, man. You gotta return to the real world. What's going on, man?
I was just trying to stretch. I don't know what happened. It might have been
weird.
too much water. Sometimes when I drink too much water...
Well, how much is too much? I mean...
Well, I'm dehydrated, so I figured I'll just drink a whole cup.
Well...
So I don't know.
Yeah. You need a fucking personal assistant. Well, that's too bad.
I don't know how I have so much energy to shake so much. Must have been the stretches or something.
I don't think I can't attribute it to.
Because I was stretching.
It's not physical. Well, I think it's dietary, man. I think it's too many pickles.
I don't know. I thought you could be vegetarian. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I won't make you eat a McDonald's for fucking months if you get the shakes on that shit.
Oh my gosh. You're good. Okay. Look up those ones. Coriolis versus color. Wait. Wait. Kentucky. Excuse me. Kentucky.
Something to eat or drink or
I don't think I should eat anything else.
Nothing?
I just got the burps or something. Sometimes weird stuff happens when I got the burps. Because water gives me the burps sometimes. I'm just trying to concentrate. Okay. Proteolic enzymes. Proteolic enzyme.
Okay, Josh, help me out, man. What's the proper thing to do here?
I think I might be fine. Do you think something's wrong?
Well, you're fucking crazier than a bed bug right now.
It was because I did a weird stretch on my neck.
Forget about what you did.
And I don't
it's the way you are right now. I mean, I don't want to be stressed out calling the paramedics in here to take you to the hospital if taking you to the hospital is the thing to do.
I just got a burp. Because sometimes when I have to burp, it puts me in like a weird headspace, like I can't think right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like weird.
What normally happens when you get into this situation?
This never happened before.
Oh, this is the first time. What happened the other day when Liz took you to the fucking hospital, man?
Aunt Liz did?
Well, the paramedics, whatever that was all about, I don't know what it was. You're out.
That was from vitamins, never from water.
No, fuck, I'm talking about the condition.
I just
Yeah, I want you out in front of the house doing that, creating the impression that everybody, this is a fucking madhouse here. That is not normal, man.
Sorry.
You could do it. I don't mind, but the fucking rest of the world, if you're running around in front of the house, that's irksome. I don't want to stress you out right now, but I'm asking you, what is the proper thing to do? Should I take you to the hospital?
I don't like them.
Well, you can't be fucking doing an epileptic thing in here and I don't know what to do.
Well, they're not taking my blood.
Well, I'm just telling you, man, you're presumably an adult, but if you don't have things under control, then other people are going to intervene on your ass.
Well, I think
You want me to tie your ass to the bed? Because I don't want you running around the neighborhood like this.
I know.
Well, what's going to happen? I'm wondering. Just help me figure this out. Well, in between your episodes. Oh yeah, I want to take you next door and introduce you to people now.
Uncle Joe!
Come on, man.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Well, you figure out in the next 5-10 minutes what we need to do if we need to do anything. Because I don't want it to be out of control and have the fire department, the fucking paramedics, and the police, and all these external forces coming into my life to fix this thing here. If you're eventually going to end up at the hospital, I'll just drive your ass up there. Is that the thing? I don't know what the thing is. Is there a special thing you can do to offset any of this? You don't know because it's water? Okay, you don't know anything. I don't know anything either. But it's not normal, man.
Well, I won't take no more water if it's making me burp like this.
Yeah, after a while, when you check everything off your list, you'll be down to salt and pepper.
I just got a burp. My stomach
all right,
hurts.
do your thing, but I want to know what the first aid kit is for any of this crap.
You have no messages.
Excuse me. Glue. Great. So thirsty. Excuse me. Excuse me.
see all the movies.
Better now. I just had a burp.
Well, shaking is alarming now. I don't understand that. Are you have
that was like
epilepsy or something like that? It's uncontrolled.
It felt like when I first went on a doctor's birthday. It felt that's what I was doing. The same thing.
Yeah, it just freaks everybody around you out, man.
That
It should. Normal people.
well, because I just stretched too much. I
Well,
think.
no, you're justifying it. It is what it is. And if nobody knows, you don't know what it is. Water, stretching, that. Come on, that's weird. But you had that thing out there the other day where you ate too much garlic or some awful thing. What was that? You ate too much something?
Oh, no, it's probably the same thing every time.
There's something triggering.
It's because the bugs make so much gas, it makes me feel weird.
I would have to get you hooked up with a Louis psychologist or something.
Well, I was thinking I might try to go to the clinic at Y tomorrow at 8:30.
Yeah, I'm supposed to do that.
But
You're gonna freak them out, man. They're gonna say, hey, you're seeing some weird shit. I got rid of it. Oh, man. It'd be nice to have a pill or a first aid kit, you know, that we can give you hot water, lemon water.
But when water is the thing causing weird symptoms, it's like there's nothing else to be here.
See, that's the conclusion you're drawing.
Actually, what I read about dehydration, they say that just plain water doesn't always do it. But you have to
put salt in it.
salt, sugar, and like a rice or some kind of a starch thing in there. Sugar, right? Something starts, and since you don't want that, or I think
Starchy, right? Or it has to be a starch grain.
I don't know what dehydration does. The things I don't want to say exactly. I don't know what it is.
Well, he said it was.
Got a bunch of midwives.
No, because every time I drink too much water and then I have to go pee, and then it hurts my stomach when I have to go pee too.
Hurt your stomach?
Did you?
We just had a cell phone thing here
Oh yeah?
with a image on it, which was one of those barcode squares or whatever they call those things.
Oh yeah, and you can do your
And you
coupons.
go, well, yeah, but it's a medical thing where your medical history is there.
Oh, I don't want a pill inside me like that.
No, I'm talking about we need a write-up on your medical history as to what...
They have it at the doctor, right?
No, not necessarily.
I thought they did.
How do you... What makes you believe that?
Can't they just transfer it from hospitals?
Well, the thing is, they need to have something to work on.
Something
You need to write all this stuff down. Taking blood, you gotta say, take no blood.
Whoa.
Give them their...
I just don't want to go to the doctor.
Well, if
I don't like
if you're in a situation where you're freaking people out, like you're kind of shaking here.
Is it just
but
because I
if you're
drank
down-
more water?
If you're down on the ground, rolling around and doing this shit,
People will think I'm crazy?
they're gonna call the paramedics.
Whoa.
And the
I
paramedics
just
will
won't
lay
do that
hands on you,
again.
And they're gonna take you down to the hospital. They're gonna put a big needle full of shit in your ass.
Next time they'll send me to the crazy hospital.
Well,
That's why
that's entirely possible.
I don't want to go there.
Why not?
Because they're mean to me. They never even give me any food to eat. They make me wait like 2 hours.
Well, you gotta help us figure this thing out if you're gonna be... I don't want you going fucking nuts on my nickel.
I will be fine. I just won't ever do that stretch again. It was just because I was trying to stand on my head.
What you fucking doing that for? Your head is your head, your feet are your feet. You stand on your feet, right?
Well, I thought it was good to stretch in yoga.
Well, you fucking read wrong, man. And you might even have some proof that it's wrong. Shit, man, wake up!
Well, it might have been the water too.
What?
Because I drank like a little bit more than the whole cup.
You know, I just don't think water's gonna do it to you.
It will.
You know what? You're gonna.
Last time I was crying with David and Jasmine because I had to go pee for like 20 minutes and I was holding it in and I just.
Well, that's peeing. That's not drinking.
I know, but it like puts poison in my body or something.
No, you know, you're gonna fucking dump on water. I'm not gonna buy it.
It does because it dehydrates.
I'm not buying it, man. It's the other shit that's going on in there. You know, badmouth that shit.
What? They don't understand. I tell them when I drink water and my stomach hurts real bad, then I'll get the burps and like the depressurization makes me, and when I have to go pee too.
How many people come up to you and say, "Man, I really love the way you burp"?
Well, I can't help it, or else my stomach will hurt longer.
Well, no, you got to do that, I'm sure, but I don't know, man. I think we should take a poll so see how many people think that there's something that wrong when you get shaking, burps, and everything else going on.
Well,
I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna be as open-minded as I can possibly be.
I know.
But something's not quite right. I don't know you're diagnosing it right.
Well,
and I'm on a little bit of
maybe I'm just trying to get better too quick by eating too healthy.
Fuck, you want to help all these raggy ass drug addicts today, and they eating hamburgers and they're looking better than you are. You said.
Well,
so what's up with that? Whatever you're doing is not working. Like I told my sister Debbie, do the opposite.
Oh, I don't know if I could eat meat again.
Yeah.
I think it was just the water, really.
Okay.
And the weird stretch, because that was when I was just stretching too hard. Because it, like, kind of cuts your circulation off or something.
I just find a hard time buying exercise.
No, because I was stretching out till, like, you feel the burn for a long time, and then your limbs cramp up.
If you're going to be bitching about water, a glass of water, if you drank a quart of water, if you drank a gallon of water, yes, I'll buy into your theory, man, but not a glass of water.
It was more than 32 ounces, probably like 48-ish, maybe. Big glass ones.
Oh, one of those mason jars?
Yeah, like 1.5 of those.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Well,
but if you don't have enough sense, they call it common sense. Like people commonly.
Well, they said I'm dehydrated, and I keep forgetting to drink water, so I just wanted to do it all at once.
Okay, well, we're going to get you a little fucking alarm that goes off every half hour.
I have to do it slower.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Well, I think I could die from burps. Like too much pressurization or something, it would...
If you don't kill us first, you know, I mean, we're dying from... It sounds like the sonic boom sometimes. I feel like you're blowing... I'm going to put plywood up in the windows so you don't blow the windows out, man.
I can't help it. I don't know. Like, the gas pills don't work. I tried them, and they hurted my stomach more. So I was like, that's why I stopped going to the doctor. Because everything they gave me hurted my stomach more.
I have to get you a witch doctor.
I don't know. I just...
That's beautiful. That's, I think that's Maine.
Excuse me. They're just dry burps, like they are stuck inside me is the whole problem. If I could just burp all at once, then I would feel better.
Probably not going to happen.
That's why I have to like push them up or else, and make a weird sound, or else they just get trapped in more. And then you wasted your time for the depressurization, and then it hurts even more.
I don't mind the burps in and of themselves, man, but the burping, the shaking, the vibe of the whole thing feels like you're out of control.
Well, I didn't mean to. Excuse me. I'm gonna read this book out loud for I remember it better, because it's important to read out loud because you have two pathways of remembrance. The one that you had to internally do to figure out the language of what you're about to repeat with your mouth, and then it comes back as echo in your ears, for you have two pathways. It's always better to create more than one pathway if you want to memorize something, because then you'll, at least if one goes out, you could have the other ones, you know? Okay. So, about the cancer and curing it with Dr. Bulk. Okay. Almost all the cells in our body must be replaced on a regular basis. Some cells, like those made up of intestinal lining, die out quickly and are replaced every few days. In other parts of our body, cells live for years before they divide, form new ones. Under special conditions, circumstances, such as injury or illness, healthy new cells may grow more quickly and usually healthy new cells may grow more quickly than usual to replace those that are damaged. When the area is healed, the cell growth slows back to its normal rate. And I did try the glutamine. It was supposed to be essential amino acid to replace the lining cells of your intestinal tract. I guess they need replacing every like 4 days, so they're one of the most replaced cells. It's supposed to get rid of like leaky gut fasters, but sometimes it would make me like not feel good, because I heard it also is used to build GABA as a neuroinhibitor to prevent all the firings and stuff, so like it kind of give me anxiety. So sometimes I don't really like that one, but I did go through a whole bottle eventually, like within like quite a long, just like 6 or 8 months or something like that. Okay. Normally the genes that control the growth of cells automatically know when to start and stop the replication process. But when those genes are mutated, perhaps because of inherited flaw or commonly because dietary or environmental factors, cells may begin to multiply and divide unusually at a fast rate. Eventually, these cells form a lump. Sometimes lumps are benign, meaning that they are non-cancerous and relatively harmless, as in the case of warts or uterine fibroids. Others, growths may, however, are malignant, that pull nutrients away from healthy tissues that surround them, and they interfere with the body's normal functions to a potentially life-threatening extent. If a tumor continues to grow, its cells may spread via the blood vessels or the lymphatic system to other parts of the body where they form new tumors. Once this process, called metastasis, is underway, there is a risk of dying from tumors. Metastasis. Okay. Once this process, called metastasis, is underway, there is a risk of dying from the complications that can occur. Although many cancers can be treated successfully when caught early, the sad fact remains that they are the second leading cause of death in the United States. Every other person dies from some form of disease. Every minute another person dies from some form of disease. The word cancer refers to the process of uncontrolled cell division, but technically it is not in itself the name of a specific disorder, and instead cancer is an umbrella term that refers to many more than 100 different kinds of diseases which are genetically named according to the area where a tumor first appears. In men, prostate cancer is most common. In women, breast cancer is most frequent, but both of these cancers can be highly treatable when caught early. Lung cancer is common and one of the deadliest. And it does seem like you need more antioxidants for the lungs. And I did try NAC, what is that stuff called? Non-acetylcysteine. And it really is amino acid, and it helps helps for to build glutathione levels, which is the most important antioxidant for your body to get rid of toxins. And and they didn't even know anything about, when I asked them at the ER, they didn't even know what that amino acid was. I was like, okay. So, but anyways, because they use glutathione for mushroom poisoning and for like real severe if you're sick. But you always have to be careful, like me, when you drink too much water and you don't feel good. You have to be careful with the supplements you take, because you have to be careful with extracts. And it helps you breathe better. Like, I tried it a few times, and you could just like, it opens up your bronchial vessels, and you could just like take in way deeper breaths. And I think it's most important, because you have to be able to breathe good, or else you won't breathe in fully and like oxygenate all your cells, you know. It'll be like clogged up from some little weird stuff or something, I think, because the oxidation like prevents the air from going through the cell or something like that. But where was I at? Okay. Cancer also trends to strike in the skin, urinary tract, and colorectal region, and the female reproductive organs. Although it can attack anywhere, it's beyond the scope of this book to discuss each individual type of cancer. But the suggestions here apply to anyone who is fighting off a tumor, wants to keep a cancer in remission, or hopes to avoid developing cancer in the first place. We also have recommendations on what you can take if you are undergoing chemotherapy or radiation to reduce the side effects, optimize immune function, as well as the outcome. Scientists break down cancers into 4 broad categories. If you're trying to communicate with your doctor or keep up with medical literature, it's helpful to understand the difference among them. Carcinomas affect soft tissue in the organs and glands, like the skin and the breast and the lungs, and the pancreas. Sarcomas, which are quite rare, occur in solid tissue, especially bones, muscle, and cartilage. Lymphomas appear in the lymphatic system. Leukemias are cancers of the tissue that form the blood. These cancers are unusual, and they don't form hard tumors. Man. As with so many chronic and deadly diseases, researchers have not been able to pinpoint the cause of uncontrolled cancers and cell growth. Despite decades of hard work and billions of dollars of funding, it's likely that there just isn't one cause. We know, for example, that faulty genes play a role in cancer. But some people with genetic flaws aren't doomed to develop cancer. They simply have a greater chance of doing so. Although a family history of cancer carries with increased risk, most cancer researchers agree that the sole cause of genetics is likely insignificant, accounting for only 5 to 15% of cancers. It appears that most cancers are caused largely by controllable factors such as nutrition, lifestyle, and environmental factors. One of the criticisms of conventional medicine in preventing the treatment of cancer is that diet, lifestyle, stress, and the ability to rid the body of environmental toxins are rarely addressed in the comprehensive fashion. Yet these factors are both most influential and most controllable in the prevention of cancer, and they play an important role in the recovery from cancers. To reduce the risk of developing cancer, we all need to reduce free radical formation in the body, limit exposure to dietary and environmental sources of free radicals, and increase our intake of antioxidant nutrients. We may also know that environmental carcinogens like cigarette smoke and man-made foods and pollution have a devastating effect on the body. These toxins encourage the formation of free radicals, and many experts now believe that these unbalanced molecules contribute to the uncontrolled cell growth. People with strong immune systems and high levels of antioxidants these substances neutralize free radicals and are in a much better position to starve off the tumor growth. But again, not everyone is exposed to high levels of carcinogens, or a weakened immune system will not necessarily suffer from cancer. An increased amount of research is demonstrating how the effects of stress may be the root cause for some people. In all probability, a combination of several factors leads this group of disease. And my friend did say that you could get acidic body by too much stress. So I guess stress is acidic, is weird, like your emotions are alkaline or acidic too, and all the input of your food is alkaline acidic, so okay, toxins that control cell DNA damage. pesticides and herbicides, tobacco metals, or toxic metals, sorry, tobacco, alcohol, metabolites of poor digestion and elimination, and radiation. Okay. Since we can't control the genes we inherit, not yet anyways, it is wise for people who are battling cancer or who want to prevent it to turn off their attention to things we can control. First things first, early detection is key to successful treatment, so have regular checkups and cancer screenings as are appropriate for your age, sex, and medical history. Learn the warning signs of cancer and contact your doctor immediately if one shows up on your body. Set aside from these common sense strategies, you must do everything that you can to support your immune system and increase the intake of antioxidants while minimizing your exposure to environmental toxins. You should also cleanse your body by drinking lots of clean water and eating plenty of fiber. I did drink lots of water, like 1.5 of these, maybe just plain waters that filtered from the stores, and then I just was like going all twitchy because like from the burps, and then it wasn't good. Periodic fasts will further detoxify your system. Your liver is one of the most crucial organs for cancer defense. Under normal circumstances, it filters out toxins and helps them pass out of the body. But when unhealthy food, pollution, or carcinogens overtax the liver, and some of these toxins are reabsorbed into the body where they may encourage cancerous growth. Good nutrition and a detoxification plan will support your liver, but you also want to give it a boost with cleansing herbs. And because stress produces free radicals, a lower immunity, it is also important to find measures that reduce tension and get rid of your stress levels under control. And I was just trying to stretch a bunch, like, till you feel the burn for a long time, you know? And then, plus the water is just what made me go all shakies. And most of us know the conventional measures for treating cancer, chemotherapy, radiation, and surgical removal of the tumors or affected organs are extremely harsh and sometimes even life-threatening. Life-threatening if you get the surgeries, because they're poking and taking all your blood and your life force away. Sometimes they have to, but I don't want them to take my blood. No. And there are also highly promising reports of dietary supplements and therapies that have caused cancer remission in some people, but as yet we have few studies that can actually prove their effectiveness. Talk to your doctor, do some research, and weigh out pros and cons of different treatments available for your type of cancer. If you choose to undergo chemotherapy or conventional treatments, try to find a doctor who is sympathetic for your desire to incorporate natural strategies into the healing process. Dietary changes, herbs, and other natural treatments can signify reduce your discomfort or boost your abilities to fight the disease. Excuse me. There is no single cause of cancer, but the factors are tied to a greater likelihood of developing cancer are listed below. Genetic flaws, environmental toxins including pollution, toxic metals, and radiation, a poor diet, especially one high in fats, additives, preservatives, and improperly paired meats, a toxic liver, viruses and other self-infections, a weak immune system, poor digestion and detoxification, lack of exercise, nutritional deficiencies, certain medical therapies such as synthetic hormone replacement related to breast cancer. The following tests help assess people's reasons for cancer: immune system imbalances or disease, blood, genetic defects, blood and saliva, hormone testing, thyroid, DHEA, cortisol, testosterone, immune growth factor 1, estrogen, progesterone, saliva, blood, or urine. Those are the testing. And I did try DHEA, and I was able to take it for a while, and then sometimes after like I took it too much or something. I didn't take it too much. It was just like I didn't take it for a while, and then it started hurting my stomach, so it was weird. But testosterone is supposed to be the only, pine pollen is supposed to be the only plant for natural source of testosterone building, and complete aminos and superfood. So I was taking that a lot. But if you take too much, sometimes, like, I don't know if it's like detox symptoms or something, but like I just couldn't think good. Like, I was like, one day I took it, and then I took a bunch, and then like I couldn't have any external input. Like, it was like I could just say yes or no questions, but I didn't know it would do that. I think I just took like 2 tablespoons or maybe 4, I forget. Intestinal permeability, that's what I thought I had. Leaky gut syndrome, where the little parasites like all branch out in your intestines and create holes for all your toxins can flow back into your bloodstream. And they don't really test it at the doctors because they don't have the test, so you have to go to a special testing center. It was like $300. It was like, I already know I have it, so I didn't really know. I just should get the test for it or whatever, you know. But detoxification profile, urine, oxidative stress, urine or blood, vitamins, minerals analysis, especially magnesium, B2, iron, and CoQ10 in blood. Because I was taking magnesium oil for a while. It was like a salt. You mix it with the water and then rub it all over your skin because it's supposed to absorb like 80 or to 85 or something % transdermally, and only like 30 to 40% internally. So the most absorbable method is putting it through your skin, or you can take soap baths in it. And it's like says use like 4 cups of it in your bath is a lot. So I was just mixing it in the waters and then adding stirring up the waters and like probably like 2 tablespoons or something in like a 16 ounce or something like that. Mix falls to the waters, and you can't make it too strong or it kind of burns your skin a little bit. So then you know you just got to put more water, or if it gets real bad. Because one time I did the DMSO also, there's a sister cousin, is 1 less oxygen molecule than that. And that stuff, it really is like hurts way more, because without the extra oxygen molecule, it can more readily be like widely absorbed through your skin, so it's like not as clogged going through as the MSM. But I was taking the MSM for a while too, and that's for you can get rid of all your parasites and detoxify your cells, because it opens up the pores so the water can go in and the toxins can go out. It makes your cells more permeable. Elasticity, like, is a natural organic sulfur. It was supposed to be the 4th most abundant mineral, but we miss it quietly in our traditional vegetable agriculture because it just washes away in the rain. It's highly sensitive to heat, so you've got to be careful. And B12, I don't think I really tried I only tried the B vitamins, and I heard the B vitamins is better for digestion because it helps with digestion. And let's see, the iron, once they said I was anemic, but I don't really think I am. I mean, like, I eat plenty of magnesium, and no, there's like the opposite of the hemoglobin in our blood, just by magnesium is the core of the chlorophyll and the iron is the core of the heme in our blood. But they did say that meat has blood that has a more readily absorbed form of heme in the iron, so we like digest it. But I don't really know what that does or something, but they said it was way more highly digestible from the animals. But I was like, still kind of just didn't change my mind about nothing, you know. And then the CoQ10, I tried that once too. Is the most important antioxidant for your heart health and for your gums also. And I was seeing on the Longevity Conference 2011 that they're saying is one of the antioxidants is used in DNA longevity and helping keep your telomeres the same length, so they don't get genetic disprogramming from all environmental stresses and toxins and all that weird stuff. So digestive function and microparasites, candida testing, stool analysis, food and environmental, allergy sensitivities, blood, electrodermal blood sugar and insulin balance, and blood. Because I did read that allergies are caused by too much of it in acidic bloodstream, but then I was reading too about how your stomach has to be alkaline No. Your stomach has to be acidic and your blood has to be alkaline for your body to like function. So it's like, I always thought you had to have your whole body alkaline, but I guess the new things is that you want to have different parts of your bodies take different acid, pH balances. So they operate differently, and sometimes when I was eating too much vegetables, I noticed my stomach just wasn't digesting good, so I started putting all the apple cider vinegar in my salad dressings, and then as probiotic, I guess, acidity to help break down your stuff. But still, I wanted to try the hydrochloric acid, like pure HCl, but I never did, because sometimes I'm kind of scared of it now, a little bit. But I know that herbal bitters also help for increasing stomach digestion, and hydrochloric acid and bile and such. And I always thought those tasted real good. I've had some once, and there's a bunch of herbs on it. It is like real good. Okay, so cancers often grow for years, even decades, before they manifest in symptoms. Nevertheless, there are some early warning signs that you should watch for. If you experience any of these symptoms, don't panic. Most likely, you don't have cancer. The symptoms of cancerous growth are similar or identical to the symptoms of many other illnesses, often ones that are much less frightening. Nevertheless, you should see your doctor right away if acute diagnosis. If you do have a cancerous growth, sooner you start treatment, the better your chances of sending the disease into remission and permanent remission. Excuse me. That's just why I've been taking all the stuff. So I was like, if you keep doing it, then you'll get better faster. But you can't do it too fast like me, or else you just go all shakies or something. Okay. A mole or a wart of blemishes that change in diameter, shape, control, or thickness. A sore that doesn't a sore that does not heal within 3 weeks. And sometimes it seems like I cut myself and then like I have a scab forever or something. I don't know why. I thought I had a good immune system. A lump or swelling under the skin. And I heard that on David Wolf's calcification of the skin video that you could have calcium-forming parasites create lumps in there because they go to the place of least resistance and they build a little cocoon shell of calcium coral, and they're little bacteriums, and they all live in your skin. And that's what I was taking the MSM for. I only took like 1 tablespoon a day, and sometimes I would always take it with the chlorella and spirulina, only 1 teaspoon each of those. But they said I was dehydrated, so that's why I was trying to drink all the water quick, because I was like, sometimes I just forget to drink it all the times, so I was like, I gotta do it all at once. But I forgot you should always do like more spaced out equalizations, because if you do too much of something at once, you never know the side effects of like certain amounts of weight compared to volume ratios in consumption of whatever you do. So I was like, no more waters. And then if you have a serious cancerous growth, the sooner you start treatment, the better chances of sending disease and permanent remission. Oh yeah, the symptoms. A change in the bowel or bladder habits. And I have to go pee like 20 or 30 times a day, it seems like. Always. And the doctors, one of them I went to, looked at my blood, says I was like real dehydrated and my kidneys control the bladder or something. So I know I had to get something for my kidneys. But I don't want anything like alcohol extract, because one day I took just a little bit, like sprinkle of vanilla extract on my cereals, apples, and cinnamon. And my stomach hurted real bad, and I was like, felt all drunk and weird and stuff. So some people's are sensitive a lot, and I think that green apples and lots of cinnamon was kind of hurting my stomach a little. So I just stopped eating them, and I was start eating more bananas. Sometimes I used to eat 2 packets of bananas a day or something. They're just so good. But when I got real sick, I was eating only bananas for 3 days, and then I didn't feel good, so I had to go to the hospital, and then I just ate soup, and then I felt better. But I think it was just because I was afraid to eat raw salads because I knew that would hurt my stomach, and I was like, so I would just eat bananas, you know. And then sometimes I think you just have to eat cooked foods if you feel real sick, because sometimes I used to my stomach would hurt so bad, and I used to take the slippery elms for that. But now sometimes it seems like it hurts my stomach unless I like chew it up real good. So what was I saying? I forgot. I have to go pee so bad. Okay, I remembered, like, because the slippery elm used to hurt my stomach, and then not hurt my stomach. I used to always use it for helping my stomach, but you have to stir it up real good with the water because it's all slimy, and let it sit for a little bit because it needs to absorb more water, and then if it doesn't absorb enough before you drink it, it could, like, kind of a little bit dehydrate you. So, but now sometimes it hurts my stomach. I don't know if I'm just not putting enough water with it or something, or if I just, because it has polysaccharides in it, and I thought polysaccharides were always good because they're all lined within all of our cells, like all the external of the cell, for it can know what nutrients to input or discard. They're like the cellular intelligence of all our cells. So they're the healing sugars, polysaccharides. They're like so tightly wound up that they don't digest exactly the same, so they take longer, and they're more healing and therapeutic because of their tightly wound complex structure. And there's only 8 essential sugars. So there's essential sugars, essential fatty acids, and essential protein. So those are the 3 things you probably want to do for optimal health. Is kind of, if you read a little bit about each one, they could do different, but you gotta be careful about extracts, okay? So, an explained vaginal or bleeding between periods, recurring headaches, and I think you can get those from not drinking enough water or something, or too much caffeine. You get them too when the cells are always huge from all the caffeines, you know, and then your stock quit cold turkey, you know, and then it goes all small, and all the blood's trying to get through it, and it can't real good. So, which is kind of weird too, because I heard that MSM is in coffee, but it must just have too much acidifying facts to it, and too much. I read there's over 1,000 chemicals in coffee beans, so it's just like so psychotropic, is really a drug, you know. So, and it hurts my stomach bad. One time I took some just because someone was trying to be nice, and it was freezing cold outside. I was like so cold, and my friend wasn't home, and I was carrying all these bags, so I was like, I gotta go rest because I was like freezing cold. And then the guy gave me some coffee. I was like, okay, I just want to be warm. And then I forgot that the next day, because it was weird. At that time, like, stuff didn't hurt my stomach directly. It would always take till the next days to hurt it, you know. So I never kind of knew always what it would be. So I ended up drinking like the whole cup, and I was kind of like, after a while, I was like, but I felt kind of okay-ish, you know. But it's really the next day, it was like a hangover almost, like the equalization balance of something. I don't really get that, you know. Okay, but so I don't drink coffee, but sometimes I was taking my herbs for like 6 or 8 months. All my immunomodulating adaptogenic herbs from I got them from Forest Rx, and a bunch of extracts and all the mushroom stuffs and stuffs. And I was kind of feeling better, and my mom bought me a Frappuccino. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever! And it was so good, but they put soy milk in it. But now I'm too scared of the soy milk because it has the phytoestrogens and the xeno-somethings, and I don't want fake plastics in my bodies. And plus, it was weird. Whenever I would take the DHEA or eat lots of soy milk, like, those little weird things on your nipples, like, you could squeeze them and little water would come out. It was so weird, because this is like their pimples, is like, they just like, kind of, I don't know, is like, maybe it's just kind of weird, you know, but I know that's all I wrote that. Okay, so, But DHEA is a precursor for any of the hormones that could turn to testosterone, progesterone, or estrogen. So it's like the master hormone, I guess they say, is why people take it. They get like a youthful effects on it. But any kind of tablets with pressures, they really hurt my stomach. I only could take capsules because like all the pressures on it, I just read, is real bad for your body to break up, and it felt like that too, as my stomach was just like all hurting, trying to break it up and stuff, so like all compacted real tightly and stuff. So, persistent low-grade fevers, recurrent infections, hoarseness that lingers for more than a week, persistent cough or coughs that bring up blood, persistent fatigue, nausea, and vomiting. And it's weird too, because I always used to have nausea, but it's caused by the preferential differentiation because of all, sometimes I just drink water and all the parasites in my stomach's like all making this gas and depressurizing me all like crazy, and then I was like feeling like I'm gonna die sometimes. And one time I was crying because it just hurted so bad. And then excuse me, dietary therapies for cancer seek to return your body to its natural state of balance and health. Focus on diet and whole foods as outlined in this chapter, which optimize immune function and detoxification. Because you have to have a good immune system. You'd be surprised what the human body could do if you just have your immune system working. I think is why they try to trick us, and they try to put all these poisons and make us eat, because everything tastes good with poisons, and then you don't have a good immune system, and then you just have to do all this other crazy stuff, you know? And they make organic food just way more expensive because they don't want the bugs to eat it, you know? Because then, like, all they care about is the money. It's all about the money, so they can make more money and sell us chemicals so we kill ourselves, because they don't really care, some of them. You have to be careful as who you walk around, because you absorb their auras, you know? And excuse me. Whenever people eat clean, live foods, look for foods that are organically grown. If you're eating poultry, check the labels. Make sure animals is not raised on antibiotics or other natural substances. Excuse me. When buying fish, ask whether the product comes from a clean water source. When the liver processes toxins, cancer-promoting free radicals are produced in high quantities. Of all antioxidants, glutathione is the best at counteracting the free radicals created during this process. Asparagus, avocados, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and walnuts are excellent sources of glutathione. Make it a priority to put one or more of these foods in your menu every day. And I would eat like sometimes like 10 or 20 avocados a day, like just nothing but avocados. But I read too is that they're higher in omega-6 fatty acids compared to 3, and you want the omega-3, 6, and 9 combined in the right ratio, or else they don't really do their beneficial effects. And number omega-3s is the most important. You can get in coconut oils, flax, and fish oils. But the standard American diet is like 50 times more omega-6s than 3s, and that produces more inflammatory effect in the body. So you want to reduce the inflammation to get rid of all disease, you know? Excuse me. Okay. Eat as many raw vegetables and fruits as possible, especially those who have deep, rich colors. These foods are high in fiber, which flush toxins from your system, and they're potent. They're potent sources of antioxidants. When you eat them raw, you will retain their natural enzymes, which help digest food and absorb the maximum amount of nutrients in your bloodstream. Okay. So it says to eat them raw, which is a new thing people is telling me. Well, I was reading online that says humans are more carnivorous, and my friends tell me too, you know, it's like, so that our digestive tract doesn't properly digest carbs through the fiber, because if we do, then it creates more of acidic intestines, which is supposed to be alkaline. So, but I heard too, also once you get the intestinal permeability, they can leak through with their, they metamorph into root structures, and then it creates holes in the intestine, leaky gut syndrome. Then they can go live anywhere inside your body, inside your blood, inside your heart and brain. And that's what causes other things, you know. I mean, it can pretty much, if you have any disease, you probably have candida. And that's the one thing that traditional medical terminology or whatever, does not assist any people, and there's not even really, it's known that when you have AIDS or whatever is one of the most likely, or if you have a bad immune or whatever, is likely causes that's going to kill you. But the medical community just completely ignores it because it's a natural bacteria or parasite once it morphs into its root-like structure in the intestinal lining and is used to remove toxic compounds such as ammonia. So it is needed in a little bit, but not too much, you know. And once pretty much you're fed the standard American diet for your whole life, and all of your parents' generations, your grandma's generations, giving us all this toxic food since 1900s, you know, whatever's, is going to make us all have candida, and we're all just going to get sick eventually soon, especially if your family history is high use or abuse of chemicals or toxins and they just didn't really care. Then you'll have a way more worse immune system. And okay, so excuse me. Wait. Okay, and then they were saying too, I read this book about the most digestibility of how to get your foods, and they recommend steaming them for the optimal right temperature and time. I mean, not temperature, but time, because every vegetable has its own unique time for the density and I guess how thick or whatever it is to get through all the waters and stuff. So because it makes it more bright, and what do we attract to naturally is like more bright things in nature, you know. So is I did read another way is to increase absorbability is those minerals are locked inside the fiber walls, and cooking is actually sometimes better than steaming. But I think naturally that just looking at bright stuff looks better, but also too, I read it kills the enzymes, you know, and you need the enzymes to digest the food, as they say it like automatically digests your food on the raw food diet because you have all the live enzymes. But if you cook it, then her body has to make up its own enzymes to digest the food, so it takes away from your internal enzymes. Is exogenous and endogenous is the two types of enzymes. Exogenous is all the enzymes you get in the raw food, and endogenous is the enzymes your body has to use inside of itself to create, to help for digestion. But also you could use probiotics to help pre-digest your food, because it's pretty much, there's all what absorbs all your food in your intestines anyway. So if you culture your food and already let the bacteria like start eating your food outside of the body, and then you create such a good environment like kefir, yogurts. But I ate yogurt for like so many months. Like I would eat like a half-gallon yogurts a day because my stomach hurt so bad, and it was the only thing that helped my stomach. But I heard too is mucilus forming, but it had sugar too. So I was like I forget, 5 to 8 grams per serving or something. So I was like so confused about why it didn't hurt my stomach, but all the other kinds of sugars did. But I think, I don't know if they tell you is the sugars before they convert it into yogurt or after. But somehow with the balance of the probiotics in it, it just kind of made it all right or something. Because too, I heard that like when you're so sensitive, if you eat proteins more with it, it helps be less, I guess, make a difference when it hurts, is what I noticed. But it kind of balances out the absorption rate of your blood sugar level concentrate, so it doesn't spike as high, you know. So I guess I think that's related to why the pain, you know, just too much increased concentrations or whatever. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, did I read that? Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. I already read that. And of course we don't want any antibiotics or chemicals extra added to our foods. That's why I'm always scared to take them, you know. That's why I just don't want any meat. 2, plus I think that they say that when the animal dies, it releases endogenous amounts of adrenaline and epinephrine, and that's why when people eat it, they for a long time it burns out their adrenals because they were so used to the external inputs of those 2 neuromodulators in your brain that is like fight or flight and neurochemicals, you know, and it kind of gives them like super energy. So sometimes they said they just feel good from it, you know, as if you're like on long terms. But they said it's acidic, but then they said that the heme is more absorbable in the meat, so it's like you always have to find that proper balance of whatever's in your life. So I'm kind of a little bit confused. There's not enough like data there for me to input any kind of data, but I was just like, because right when they're dying, like it incorporates all these like frequencies of scaredness and fear inside the cells, and people eat that. And is like an aura field encapsulated inside all their dead cells, and I was just like, I don't want to eat anything dead, you know? So, okay. We already read about the glutathione, blah, 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 blah. And 2, I don't know if it's bad to eat too much sugar. I mean, I know I couldn't eat sugars at all, but now I can kind of eat a little bits of like fruits and stuff. But they said, I read, you don't really have to eat more than like 2 servings of fruit a day, because your blood will convert any kind of carbs or fatty acids into blood sugars, and you only need 1 teaspoon of sugars running through your blood at any given moment. So it's not that much, but because I guess they say everything converts to sugars. But I kind of felt better from eating sugar. It might have just been the parasites was telling me I have to eat it to make them stronger, but I'm not sure. I was just like, kind of I wanted to. Maybe because sometimes you wouldn't get those minerals and other such from other things because all you're eating is vegetables, you know? But I don't know. Maybe you could get all it from vegetables. I was just like so sick of vegetables, you know? And because I just drank a bunch of celeries, went on a celery detox, and then one day I had to go pee so bad I was crying because depressurization, differentialization was like N+2 when I have to go pee, or if I drink too much waters and then I can't go, is like making all the toxins build up more, so your body has to reprocess them through your liver because it's understanding that it has to remove more, so then the water has to rebind to something else. It has to put those compounds, toxic compounds, in a smaller space so it reabsorbs some of the water for you can keep re-detoxifying, because you're always on like a steady rate of detoxification at a certain point. So then I was like, oh, my stomach was hurting, and then I was like crying, and then the sun was like trying to kill me because of the super ultraviolet rays, and when you're just like in a state like that, you just get more sensitive to all the other external toxification things, and probably I would have been sensitive to EMF, and like, so I had to wear my sunglasses from my cousin, and it was like I was wearing girl sunglasses because my eyes was like hurting from it. I was like getting a headache, you know? So that's from drinking too much celery juice though, but I know like I was like just trying to help my cousin's friend out and give him those papers, you know? And I was like, I shouldn't have drank all that celery juice, but it only lasts like a day, they say. Sometimes I last it for 4 days, but they say electromagnetic energy depletes within a couple hours, you know? So, I don't know. Like, sometimes I just try to take chances, and then I'll feel like I'm dying because it's like, if I have to go pee, that makes pressure essential differentiation too, you know? Okay. So, for even more fiber, eat plenty of whole grains, including oats and brown rice. And I used to eat oatmeal like every morning for so long, at least a year or two. Okay, I'm going to finish reading the cancer treatment booklet for natural cures. I started 2 days ago, but I was just trying to focus on something that day because I was like all shaky and going crazy. But now I feel all the way better, and I'm kind of in a little bit different mind state. So hopefully I can analyze it just as well as the other night. Okay, so eat wheat, germ, nuts, and seeds for the vitamin E content. Vitamin E is another powerful antioxidant. Garlic, onions, and legumes will help keep your liver functioning at optimum capacity. Fermented soy products such as tofu, tempeh, and miso appear to have anti-cancer properties based on population studies.
Consume products 3 to 4 times weekly unless you are sensitive to soy products, but don't take isoflavonoid extracts. Their effect on the body is still unknown. Okay. If you're battling cancer, you don't need to be told how important it is to keep up your strength and energy. Eat lean proteins from beans, eggs, tofu, poultry, fish. People understanding conventional cancer treatment require increased protein intake and preventative to prevent tissue wasting. But I did hear that all soy and tofu, all soy products are as bad. Like, they have phytoestrogen, estrogen mimicking compounds in the body. But I did hear that fermenting products, the little bacteriums eat all the bad stuffs away, but they're so genetically engineered and modified anyways. I don't know if it would have, it's still like they're messing with the DNA blueprints of the tofu, so it's like, I don't know if I would really want to eat those. I guess I would kind of have to see more studies, but I did hear that the Asian cultures only is like 1.5% of their intake of daily foods or whatever, so it's not that high, so I don't really know what to think about that. Studies in Japan show that in areas where people drink green tea, there are significantly lower rates of stomach, esophageal, and liver cancers. It also acts as a mild stimulant of the immune. But I did hear that all teas are sprayed with fluoride or something, kind of chemical to keep the bugs away or something. So that's why I got all scared of tea, but I don't know if I'm real scared of all of it. You hear about all the anti-cancer, so I was like, maybe if I had cancers I would try it, but teas, I'm real sensitive to caffeine, so I just have to be careful about that. Okay, tomatoes are high in lycopene, a substance that's been shown to prevent and even help counteract prostate cancer. Cooked tomatoes are higher in lycopene than raw ones, they say, is because I guess it boils down and concentrates it more, maybe more bioabsorbables or whatever. But I still wonder about the electromagnetic auras if they're not considering that, so I would just say eat it raw. Like, who cares about eating it cooked? Just eat like 10 times as much more as raw or something. Okay. So make sure to drink plenty of clean water to promote healthy detoxification. Fresh juicing and vegetables and fruits are highly advised. Try to consume 8 to 10 ounces a day of a variety of juices. For extra fiber and cancer-fighting phytonutrients known as linens, take 4 tablespoons of ground flax seeds daily with 4 ounces of water. And I used to take a bunch of ground flax seeds, and I didn't take enough water one time, and just get so badly concentrated, I was like, I didn't feel good at all. My stomach was all hurting real bad. So make sure you drink lots of water with it, because it has like such absorbance capacity. It like absorbs all the waters by it. So I would like mix it with the waters first, and make sure it has enough waters. Like wait 10 minutes and see if it seems dry or something. If it is, just keep adding more waters enough so it could like cleanse you out. And okay, foods to avoid. Do not eat foods that don't come from nature. Processed foods, junk foods, and anything containing chemicals, additives, or dyes should be banished from your menu. Make every effort to avoid foods that have been sprayed, waxed, or otherwise treated. If you absolutely cannot avoid eating these foods, at least be sure to remove their pills, skins, or outer layers and wash the food thoroughly in clean water before eating. While there is no evidence that refined sugars directly cause cancer, we know that too much of it significantly depresses your immune system. A weak immune system may leave you vulnerable to cancers and sap your ability to handle aggressive cancer treatment. Do not eat products containing refined sugar. This includes sodas, candies, cakes, and sugars, as well as store-bought juices and many processed foods. You should also restrict your intake of natural sugars. Go easy on the homemade fruit juices and baked good sweets with molasses or honey. But I think it could be okay, like if you ferment the juices. But if you're super sensitive to alcohols with the water kefir grains, you gotta be careful, because I am, and I kind of don't like it that much, but once in a while is okay. It's like, if you do it in airtight mason jar containers, like it creates carbonation, fizzy soda waters, fruit waters is like super good. Anyone's trying to quit sodas, you'll love it. Okay. Saturated, hydrogenated, and partially hydrogenated fats are linked to degenerative disorders, and cancer is no exception. High consumption of these fats, fats, as opposed to the good essential fatty oils found in cold-pressed oils, some fish, have been strongly linked to several types of cancer. This includes breast, prostate, and colorectal cancers. Avoid red meats, butter, margarine, shortening, and products made of these foods. Especially carcinogenic are meats that have been grilled, charcoal, broiled, cured, or smoked. If you're trying to prevent cancer and you want to enjoy red meat as an occasional treat, it would be wise to stay away from meats prepared in any of these manners, including hot dogs, cold cuts, and luncheon meats, as well as most types of bacon, hams, and sausage. Be wary of alcohol. Heavy use is linked to mouth and throat cancers and possibly to the cancers of the stomach and colon and the rectum. If you are a healthy person trying to avoid cancer, limit yourself to a glass or two of wine per week. If you have cancers, it's best to avoid alcohol entirely, as it depletes much of the needed nutrients from your body. Which I think is kind of the case. It means, like, I drank just a little drops of vanilla extract one day and my stomach was hurting so bad and it was giving me a headache. But the fruit waters alcohols, they say, is less than 0.5 to a couple of percent alcohol. And because I think it has electromagnetic aura from all the fruits energies, you know, it's like way healthier alcohol for you, but I still kind of don't like it that much, but it's kind of good sometimes, you know. Okay, detoxification. If you have been diagnosed with cancer, make a regular detoxification a priority. Do a 3-day juice fast once every month. Once every 6 months, do a longer fast. For 5 to 7 days. People who are in advanced stage of cancer should use common sense. Although it is normal to have some bodily response like headaches, nausea while fasting, you should stop if those responses become severe or unbearable. Instead, simply add juices to your normal good diet. None of us can completely avoid exposure to toxins no matter how well we eat or change our lifestyle habits. So a person hoping to avoid cancer would do well to practice regular short fasts. You do not need to undertake the long fast recommended for a person diagnosed with cancer. Try doing a 3-day fast once every month, or fast 1 day out of every week. They should be done under medical supervision. And I could probably do like a fast, maybe 1 or a couple days juice fast now. But before, like 8 months ago, I was so sick and I had to be eating like every 10-15 minutes or my stomach would hurt. There was just like no ways I could ever do that before. So I mean, you just gotta see what you think your body can handle and, you know, don't stress it out. enhances a disease-free period after colon cancer surgery. A 10-year randomized double-blind trial was... Okay, continuing on. Hold on 1 sec. Okay. See. Let me just start the Hockey cancer study over. A total of 33 cancer patients in stages 2, 3, and 4, ages 33 to 68, participated in this trial. Data was collected under the cooperation of their medical doctors in Japan. Patients were given either MD fraction with tablets only, or MD fraction with tablets in addition to chemotherapy. Cancer regression or significant symptoms improved was observed in 11 out of 16 breast cancer patients, 7 out of 12 liver cancer patients, and 5 out of 8 lung cancer patients. Okay. Coriolis alleviates the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. A study at the University of Shanghai examined whether Coriolis polysaccharides (PSP) could lessen the side effects of chemotherapy or radiation. In the study, 650 people with cancer who were undergoing chemotherapy and radiation were given either PSP or a placebo, and their side effects were assessed. Researchers used 20 different criteria to assess adverse reactions and determined that people receiving PSP had markedly fewer side effects than did those receiving the placebo. Okay. Super 7 prescriptions for cancer. Superscription number 1 is Coriolis versicolor, Trametes versicolor. Take 1,000 milligrams 3 times daily of the PSP or PSK standardized extract on an empty stomach. Coriolis contains polysaccharides that have been shown to enhance immune function. It is mainly used for esophageal, lung, stomach, and colon cancer. No, it can be safely used in conjunction with conventional treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Polysaccharides are supposed to line every cell within our body, and they will either let nutrients in or reject them out of the body, and without all 8 essential polysaccharides, your body is wasting a lot of nutrients. Is kind of like they are one of the new found top healing discoveries in modern medicine is so hold on one sec. Darn it, dudes. Okay, I'm the telemarketer, so now I gotta set the camera up again. Oh wait, this little camera, dude. Okay. I hope it can see me good. Okay, so Mitaki prescription number 2. Take 0.5 to 1 milligram of the standardized MD or D fraction per kilogram of body weight per day in divided doses on an empty stomach. Mitaki enhances immune cell function that fight cancer cells. It's found to be most effective for breast, prostate, liver, and lung cancers. No, it can be safely used in conjunction with conventional treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Super prescription number 3. Proteolytic enzymes. Take a complex of proteolytic enzymes dependent on the dose of the formula. Take as directed on the container 3 times daily between meals. Proteolytic enzymes have been shown to have numerous anti-cancer effects. No, they can safely be used in conjunction with conventional treatment, surgery, except not 3 days before or after surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation. So be careful with that. Okay, superscription number 4 is Astragalus. Astragalus membranaceus. Take 1,000 milligrams or 4 milliliters of the tincture 3 times daily. Astragalus enhances natural killers and other immune cells that fight cancer. No, it can be safely used in conjunction with conventional treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation. Super prescription number 5, vitamin C. Take 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams, that's 5 grams or 10 grams, or higher in divided doses. One technique is to build up to a high dose that you can tolerate. When diarrhea occurs, cut back on dosage. No, vitamin C can be administered in very therapeutic levels by a doctor who is trained in intravenous therapy. Cindy? Okay. Super prescription number 6. Curcumin. Take 400 milligrams of curcumin extract 3 times daily on an empty stomach. This extract from turmeric has many different anti-cancer effects. No, it can be safely used in conjunction with conventional treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation. Super prescription number 7, Isiac. Isiac tea is a combination of detoxifying herbs derived from ancient Indian healing formula and has attained a reputation for great success in treating cancers of all kinds. In buying Isiac, many brands use the name. Look for a formula Look for the following set of herbs: sheep sorrel, burdock root, Articum lapa is the botanical name, slippery elm is Ulmus fulvura, botanical name, rhubarb root, watercress, blessed thistle, Sinensis benedictus, botanical, red clover, Trifolium proteinus, botanicals, and kelp, Astrophilium nodosum, botanical. Isiac is the most potent as a tincture or tea. Take as directed by label on the package. As read is that you want to take it at least an hour before meals, so it has time to have the most absorption capacity through the body. And I notice most all the times I take it kind of hurts your stomach. So, but I always used to take it just whenever to drink it, and it's like I drink a lot too. So, I don't know. Might hurt your stomach, might not. It hurts mine kind of. Okay. In a study at the University of Texas Medical Center in Houston, researchers found that astragalus restored or enhanced the immune function of white blood cells that were taken from people with cancer. Interestingly, some of these damaged cells were so much improved that they become more active than normal cells taken from people who were cancer-free. This herb is also used to support bone marrow function in patients undergoing chemotherapy. In one small human study, MCP was shown to decrease PSA levels, a marker for prostate cancer, in 4 out of 7 men with prostate cancer. Okay, super prescription cancer prevention. Prescription number 1 is green tea, Chamomilla senescens. Drink 3 cups of organic green tea daily. Note, if you are sensitive to caffeine, there are many brands that have removed caffeine. Or take 1,500 milligrams daily of the capsule from standardized to contain at least 80 to 90% of the polyphenols and 35 to 55% of the epiglycotechion 3-gallate EGCG. Okay. Super prescription number 2. Super green food blend. Use a formula that contains a blend of super green foods such as chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, or other green foods. They contain an array of phytonutrients and antioxidants that promote healthy cells in the body. Take as directed on the container. Super prescription number 3. High potency multivitamin. Take a multivitamin and mineral formula as directed on the container. It provides the base nutrient and antioxidants for immune health. I really like the one on Vitacost because Dr. Mercola recommends it has more bioabsorbed elements in a different form of some of the nutrients in there that are not absorbed readily in other cheap brands that you might get at the store on sale or something. So it's like $20 for it, but it also has a bunch of extracts, green teas, resveratrol, and a bunch of other good stuffs in there. So I'd really get that one. Super prescription number 4. Probiotic. Take a product containing at least 4 billion organisms of friendly bacteria per daily dose. The good bacteria support immune function, digestion, and detoxification of carcinogenic matter. I mean, they say most of our immune system is in our gut, and I used to take yogurts all the time, and but they say fermented stuff has even billions of times more bacteriums in it. So I think that I mean, the pills are good and whatnot, but the best stuff you could really do is have the bacteria eat it before you eat it, and they colonize the food way better, break it down for you, and is, I think, just more bio-enhanced and absorbed properly by the body. Okay, super prescription number 5. Indole 3-carbinol. Take 400 milligrams daily to support detoxification, particularly of cancerous hormone metabolites. Okay, I never really heard of that. Super prescription number 6. D-glucarate. Take 400 milligrams daily to support detoxification of carcinogens and cancerous hormone metabolites. Super prescription number 7. Fish oil. Take a daily dose of 1,000 milligrams combined DHA and EPA daily. These essential fatty acids support healthy cell structure. Okay. General recommendations. Modified citrus pectin, MCP, studies suggest reduce the risk of prostate cancer, metastasis. Take 10 milligrams of the powder form 3 times daily. IP6. Inositol hexophosphate has been shown in studies to be an effective immune booster. Take 4 to 8 grams of IP6. No, it can be safely used in conjunction with conventional treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Quercetin is a type of flavonoid that has been shown to inhibit formation in test tube studies. Take 400 milligrams 3 times daily on an empty stomach. Fish oil is an important supplement, especially in preventing cachexia, tissue wasting. Take a product that contains daily combined total dosage of 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of DHA and EPA. Whey protein provides valuable protein to support the immune system. It also increases the level of important antioxidants, glutathione. Take 25 grams daily, twice daily, as a part of a protein shaker smoothie. As glutathione is the body's master antioxidant to detoxify most toxic elements in the body. It is found in nyxylcysteine, or is built by milk thistles, liver detoxification products. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, where was I at? A green drink containing super green foods such as chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, and others support detoxification. Take daily as directed on the container. Probiotic supplements are important for optimal immune function and the digestion and detoxification. Take products containing a daily total of at least 4 billion active organisms, which you can get them even up to 50 billion active organisms, and those are the super expensive ones. Colostrum is a very good supplement to support immune function. Take 500 milligrams 3 times daily. And they say the colostrum is like the special immune growth factor hormone milk produced by the mother of the cow within 6 hours of giving birth. So you want to make sure if you can get the 6-hour verified colostrum is going to be the most beneficial. Melatonin has been shown in several studies to be helpful as an adjunctive therapy for certain types of cancer. It activates immune cells and improves the action of chemotherapy and drugs and radiation. Take 20 milligrams or more under the direction and guidance of a doctor. Milk thistle will protect your liver during chemotherapy and radiation treatments. Find a product standardized for 70 to 80% salmarian content and take 150 to 200 milligrams twice daily. A high-potency multivitamin and minerals provides the base nutrients for the immune support. Take as directed on the container. A substance called carnosol, which is found in rosemary, has been found to inhibit cancer in laboratory animals. Take 2 to 3 grams twice daily, or use 2 to 3 cc of tincture 3 times daily. If you are undergoing radiation treatment or chemotherapy, drink fennel tea to reduce the side effects. Garlic Allium sativum strengthens the immune. Take 300 to 450 milligrams twice daily. And I know on Forest RX they have the deodorized extract, which maybe you might want if you don't like that gross old smelly smell. Like every time you eat it, it's like stays on your breath. It's like Okay, so cat's claw yuba di pato stimulates the activity of white blood cells. Take 500 milligrams or 1 to 2 cc's twice daily. In this study, researchers examined the association between consumption of green tea prior to the clinical cancer onset among 472 patients with stages 1, 2, and 3 breast cancer. Consumption of the green tea was closely associated with decreased numbers of axillary lymph node metastases among premenopausal patients with stages 1 and 2 breast cancer. They also found that increased consumption of green tea was correlated with decreased recurrence of stages 1 and 2 breast cancer. The researchers concluded that our results indicate that increased consumption of green tea prior to clinical cancer onset is significantly associated with improved prognosis of stages 1 and 2 breast cancer. Podiarco tabula alvandi is another highly potent immune system enhancer. Take 100 milligrams or 0.5 to 1 milliliter 3 times daily. That is a highly antifungal microbials herbs that I put in my tea every time I make my superfood teas. Take 300 milligrams of echinacea purpurea 3 times daily for its immune boosting properties. And I did hear something about that being slightly toxic if you're using that on an ongoing, all the time thing. So I'm sure you, if you take it separately, though, you gotta learn to read your body and see what it's telling you. And Okay, if a cancer treatment is making you nauseated, drink peppermint or ginger tea to soothe your stomach. Homeopathy. Homeopathic treatment can be useful for someone with cancer but requires a skilled homeopathic practitioner. The following remedies can be used safely to reduce the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. Pick a remedy that best matches your symptoms in this section. For acute symptoms, take a 30C potency 4 times daily. After you notice improvement, stop taking the remedy unless symptoms return. Cadmium sulfuritim is used to prevent and treat fatigue, vomiting, and loss of hair. Ipecacuanha silcipilis ipecacuanha is for persistent nausea and vomiting when vomiting does not provide any relief for symptoms. Nux vomica is for symptoms of heartburn, reflux, constipation, nausea. The person feels irritable and chilly. Okay, traditional Chinese medicine. Many Chinese patient herbal remedies can strengthen your immune system and help you fight infection while undergoing conventional treatment. Consult a traditional Chinese practitioner for a combination that meets your individual needs. Acupressure. See pages 668 and 675 for information about this acupressure points and administering treatment. Liver number 4 is the point for general pain relief. Stomach 36 is a good addition to a healthful eating plan as it improves your body's ability to digest food and absorb nutrients. Okay, body work. Massage won't cure cancer, but you should run from anyone who claims it can. But in the midst of conventional treatments, the compassionate touch of a massage therapist can be quite welcoming. Depending on your individual needs, you can ask for a relaxing massage or an invigorating one. Or you may prefer to opt for a lymphatic massage, which breaks up toxins and carries them away from the body. Note, caution is in order, however. Do not allow the area where the tumor is located to be massaged. Okay, reflexology. See pages 686 and 687 for information about this reflexology area and how to work them. When time permits, work the whole foot to stimulate all areas of your body's defenses and promote a general sense of well-being. If you have a limited amount of time, focus on the regions where the growth is located. You should also work the liver and the colon to facilitate detoxification. Hydrotherapy. Many cancer patients responded well to fever therapy, which stimulates the body's immune response in the same way that fever does. It also pulls toxins from the body and expels them as you sweat. At the very least, hydrotherapy will help fight bacteria or viruses that may be trying to take advantage of your body's weakened immune state. Sauna also can be used. We recommend constitutional hydrotherapy, which you can do at home. See hydrotherapy chapters for directions. Aromatherapy. Juniper breaks down toxins that are hiding in fatty deposits. To bolster the detoxification effects of the lymphatic massage, ask your massage therapist to use an oil mixed with a little juniper. You can also add a few drops of juniper to your bath. If you are fatigued, use rose, geranium, or jasmine for energy lift. You can also employ these oils in almost any preparation. But for all-day pain relief, you may want to place a few drops in a diffuser and let the scent wave throughout your room. Lavender and melissa are calming when you feel anxious and stressed. Warming oils like black pepper, rosemary, and ginger help relieve pain. Add them to a bath and a compress or lotion. Tea tree oil. Melaleuca alternifolia is the antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. When treatment has left you vulnerable to infection, or if you're exposed to contagious illnesses like the flu, take a hot bath and run a few drops of tea tree oil under the tap. Add just 2 or 3 drops for your first use, as this oil can be irritating to some people. If the cancer treatment leaves you feeling queasy, downright sick, or you can use peppermint or ginger oil to calm your stomach. If your nausea is unpredictable, try carrying a vial around with you. Place the vial under your nose and inhale deeply as needed. You may also make a lotion or cream with either of the oils and rub it into your skin. The scent will stay with you and reduce your chances of feeling ill. Stress reduction. General stress reduction therapies. Stress is a carcinogen. Just like radiation and pesticides, reducing stress has an inhibiting effect on tumor growth. It will also improve the quality of life during treatment. Support groups are an excellent way of handling stress and reduce tension. One famous study of breast cancer patients showed that women who discussed their problems in a support group lived a full 2 years longer than women who did not. It is a good idea to supplement weekly sessions with daily stress reduction exercise, like meditation, yoga, or deep breathing. Cancer also causes stress. In order to keep yourself in peak fighting condition, do everything you can to avoid tense situations, even those you usually accept as normal, part of full life. This is time to unload a demanding project or work to avoid your personal stress triggers like crowded roads or difficult relatives. Okay, Bach Flower Remedies. He's the guy who wrote this book. Okay, select an appropriate remedy and place 10 drops under your tongue. Hold the drops in place for 30 seconds and swallow. Use as often as needed. Rescue remedies come to your aid in emotional, physical crisis. It soothes your body and mind and allows you to turn your focus away from panic and back to healing. And I know that the whole set of 38 Bach Flower Remedies, I think you get 20 milliliters, is like $500. So it is real expensive, but you can heal everyone with them, and is like kind of a different alternative besides all these herbs and such to help treat ailments. Other recommendations. One of the most avoidable but most prevalent carcinogens is cigarette smoke. Everyone knows it causes lung cancer, but free radicals produced by inhaling smoke may contribute to other forms of disease. Do not smoke, not even socially, and do not expose yourself to secondhand smoke. And it's just not cigarettes, you know, it's all kinds of chemicals and such. You want to stay away from any kind of chemicals. As much as possible, avoid radiation. Do not sit or stand close to TV sets or microwave ovens. A distance of about 8 feet is preferable. If you work on the computer, invest in a radiation screen and limit x-rays to those that are absolutely necessary for your health. You can also get grounding pads, grounding feet pads, grounding mouse pads, special little devices that help deflect the radiation back into the earth and ground yourself. Shoes are one of the #1 reasons for, you know, ailments and such, because we are not grounded when we wear these rubber insulating shoes from touching the earth. So really, you should walk barefoot. But they do sell these grounding sandals at the Longevity Warehouse from David Wolf. They're like $20. It's really cheap, you know, if you want to stay grounded and keep your circadian rhythms and cycle, you know, and such. There's many diseases that are caused by not being grounded. Okay. You should also avoid harsh chemicals. A good rule of thumb is to stay away from any substance that releases fumes. Nail polish remover, hairspray, gasoline, household cleaners, and dry cleaning solvents are all dangerous. You know, people's just like, yeah, but I need to stay clean, you know, and they're just like too filled with anxiety and such in their everyday life. They don't even care about searching for alternative cleaning treatments or whatever to clean their house. It's a very must if you're already sick and such. And even if you're not, it's like, why would you want to breathe all those toxic chemicals in? It's like, what is wrong with your mind? It's like, chemicals are not okay, you know? Okay, establish a healthy relationship with the sun. You need about 15 minutes of sunshine a day to keep your body in proper working order. But sunburn and prolonged exposure can result in skin cancer. The sun is, after all, a source of radiation. Try to get your daily dose of sunlight in the early morning hours when the sun rays are weak. If you must go out into broad daylight, wear protective clothing. And this says to use sunscreen, but I think they don't know what they're talking about there. sunscreen is chemical, you know, zinc, aluminum, all that stuff. Is don't put sunscreen on. Stay away from it. Your body has this natural, you know, defense mechanisms of creating, you know, the melanocyte pigments in your skin for you to get more tanner, and it's just like, I mean, avoid the strong rays. I'm sure you can. I can always feel when I feel like I'm being radiated way too much by the sun, but yeah. Okay, radon is a radioactive gas that is strongly linked to lung cancer. It is usually found in the soil, but may seep out, contaminating the air in your house and the water you drink. Radon cannot be detected with the senses. You should buy a radon test kit in your home and use it in your home. Should you have a radon problem, you can insulate your home by sealing up leaks. Okay. A sexually transmitted organism, human papillomavirus, is the leading cause of cervical cancer. Do not engage in sexual intercourse with people whose sexual histories you do not know. Do not rely on condoms to protect you, as the virus can pass through them. Okay, I'm sure we all know that, but really people do it all the time, which, you know, they really shouldn't. You need to be careful. And anyone that they had sex with is like you're having sex with them too. You know, it's like equalization of everything. You know, that's what everything is all about. Everything likes to equalize, and so that is the whole thing about cancer. And let me know what you think, and post any comments or whatever's below. Bye.